I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day because I know you're busy. I know everyone's busy. Hey, Nick. So, as usual, guys, thanks for being here. I hope you guys are well. I hope your week is off to a great start. A lot of great updates for you guys that I'm happy to share. And then, I would love to answer questions as well if you guys have them. So, you guys just, keep me posted with what you want to know, where you guys are at, and, what you're kind of looking at in terms of information that you want to get. And I'm happy to share all of it. So, yeah, I guess I'll just kind of get into the updates. And if you guys have questions, feel free to stop me and I'll answer them. It's been, I guess, like since Thursday since we last met. Currently, we are finished with the audit. The audit came back, the audit report back. And as of now, we're just basically finalizing all those changes. They're going to either be done by both E and the audit team, or just E, really just to make sure that everything is being done correctly, or excuse me, or just the audit team. So in about 3 or 4 days, the full contract will be done and released. You guys can already test it inside of the group. I will drop that link one more time, but it can already be tested by our team using the BSC testnet. So if you guys don't know how to use BSC testnet, or you guys are lost, or you guys just want to get more information, let me know. I will be happy to teach you guys how to use the BSC testnet, how to use and understand how to basically test out the app while we're waiting. So that is where we are on the DApp. As far as for C, C is still in testing. I'm not gonna lie, I've missed like 1 or 2 meetings with the C dev team. We're all on completely opposite schedules. So one of these days this week, I'll be catching up with them and making sure that we can get everything done with the C team, and then by the end of the week, all of those items will be finalized. So that's kind of where we are in terms of, like, I guess launch is 1 or 2 weeks out. We have already completed the audit. The changes are in progress of being made. C is going to be initialized in the next day or so. I just need to take the time to sit down with the team to get it moving. And then from there, guys, we'll just kind of be looking for the right opportunity to launch and move forward. So that's kind of where we are there. Looking at like the marketing plan and of where we are. This is actually the to-do list, but the marketing plan, basically everything is done, right? So, all of the audits have been initialized. The AMAs are basically just need to be scheduled, and everything on that tip needs to be scheduled. I am waiting to get the complete audit back before we start sending it out to testers and ambassadors, just so we know exactly when we're going to launch and exactly what our dates look like. And then we can go from there. So that's really what I'm working on this week. The other things that I'm working on is Mr. Crypto, Ian, and I met on the first operations meeting on Thursday. And we ended up basically coming up with a few different things and contingency plans that needed to be, drawn up and stuff for the group. So that's kind of where we are on that side. And then I have one more thing that I can basically talk about that I'm pretty excited about as well. But before I do that, what's up, everybody? I want to make sure no one has questions because I've been going for like 5 minutes or so. So I just want to make sure everybody is good and we don't have any questions.
Hey, Abdul. I've just missed the start of the meeting, but I don't have too many questions really at the moment. Just picking up on what's happening, and yes, as we know that we're just waiting when we can have a launch.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I think that's really where we are, is we're trying to make sure, like, hey, we can get ready for this launch and that the launch is going to go well. I guess that kind of moves me into the part that I said I was excited to share, which is I know that we've talked about like the token project and where we're going with just the entirety of the project for like probably the last few weeks or so, trying to figure out exactly what needs to be done and how we're going to get investors. My main thing was that we were kind of breaking things into phases, right? So like a fundraising phase, a community building phase, and a like utility building phase. So over the last, and I think I had investors as well as like the current team to see what everyone's interest is, see how much they wanted to contribute, and then have I guess like an in case scenario for them getting their capital back and things like that. So um, I'm waiting. I'm trying to wait until we're just completely ready so that I'm not basically tying up people's capital. But I think it would be cool to kind of start taking those polls now and reaching out to people and things of that nature. So um, if you guys know anyone, or if you guys want to reach out to the team, or if we want to start like kind of trying to get that organized, I can follow up with whoever wants to help do that, and then we can kind of put that together. Because I definitely think that it's important for us to do that, and it'll only be helpful for us, right, in the long term.
You mean about private investing? Yes, helping supporting the project.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I always was all hands in and all legs in, just to make sure we can help. And this is why I, always was asking and saying that we need this this pot of the team investment pot, not only taking from the project but actually putting something in, more than your time and knowledge. So because every project needs a funding. So with just a thoughts, the project will not gonna launch.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I appreciate you for, for always basically looking for new ways to do this, and then also, just being open about it and being down to kind of help assemble that. So, um, why don't we work this week on getting that put together and kind of like taking a roll call from the team as we finalize the materials and everything that we need to do. And then, in the next week or two, as we're kind of ramping up to launch, then I think that we'll be able to kind of secure those funds for launch and pushing forward. And then, of course, being able to hit our goals of where we want to hit in terms of actual what is the word that I'm looking for? And in terms of TVL for the pre-sale contract, because if we hit a certain number of TVL for the pre-sale contract, then we'll have what we need to basically move on to the next step. And I think I'm confident right now that the infrastructure that we need in terms of like development and the contracts that we need, the barrier of entry has been lowered dramatically after doing a lot of research and figuring out exactly what the best way for us to do this is. And what I mean by that is like previously the only lending protocols that really are out there that are forkable or able to be improved upon are Alchemex, Compound, Aave, and a few others, and they kind of all work similarly. Alchemex has like a bit of innovation based on the way that it rehypothecates value, basically like the way that it takes the debt or like the collateral and creates yield off of it. But there hasn't been a short-term matching engine for lending. So I think that because looking at Avrice and looking at some of the like the innovations that are coming out, I think that we'll be able to build something a lot more powerful, a lot more cheap, and then also being able to kind of release the ecosystem in phase 2 rather than waiting all the way till phase 3, which I think will really help us get a lot of traction and be able to secure a pre-sale and things like that. That previously I was kind of worried about, how are we going to supply liquidity? How are we going to do all of these different things? And I think that being able to kind of release a full product instead of just release like a conceptualized product is what we've been accomplished this week and what we've realized is possible. So I think that will be a lot more helpful in terms of being able to get to the next stage, because we won't have to, wait to then start releasing. We won't have to release a token and then release another token once that token is up, and so on and so forth. So it really cut off almost like 8 to 12 months off of the timeline of like having a finished product, which is super, super exciting.
I'm really excited, dude. Really appreciate.
It's not like more risky or more degen. It's like controlled, long-term focused, and innovative. So I'm excited as well. I really appreciate everyone who's taken the time to be a part of this team, and put their effort in. And it's been amazing, guys, and I'm super excited to just kind of wrap these last 2 weeks up and get things pushed out and get to a better spot in the market, and then hopefully be able to get this TVL locked as quickly as possible, so that we can finalize development on the ecosystem, which should really only take 4 to 6 weeks, and then kind of get started there. So that's where I'm at. I don't really have anything else, guys. If you guys have anything, feel free to let me know. Other than that, we'll meet on Thursday. Departmental meetings are already scheduled. So operations meets at 11 CST. Development usually meets at 10:30 CST, but there won't be a meeting this week. All hands is at 9:30. Marketing is at 12:30, and communities or mods is at 9. And I know that's totally out of order, so I apologize now. But so yeah, I'll see you guys in those meetings, in the main meeting. And then if you guys have any questions, concerns, if you want to do something specific or build something specific, let one of us know. And we'll keep it all going, guys.
Perfect, dude. I don't have any other questions. Just exciting to see our next meeting, learn a little bit more about the dual tokens, and then see how it's going to work out, as you mentioned, to have more detail. Then apart from that, no, I'll see you on Thursday.
Sounds awesome. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Y'all have a great rest of your day, great week, and let's keep going, guys.
Nice one. Catch up, dude.
All right, bro. Have a great day.